Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it has been a while since I last uploaded a video. That was not intentional. I actually had filmed a video a couple of weeks ago that I planned to upload, but then during the process of editing it, I came to the conclusion that I hated everything about it, and so I deleted it. Yeah. So very much against my better judgment, here I am today, trying to film something for you. And the look I will be bringing you today is not just this, but pretty much this, a better face. Listen, let me explain, okay? Summer is here. It is very warm. I have been up very early this morning. I have been doing 10,000 different things. I even went to a dance class today, okay? So I am very hot, I am very sweaty, and I have the unfortunate luck of my bedroom being the one room in my house that really does not deal with temperature well. So in the winter, my room is the coldest room in the house. In the summer, it then happens to be the hottest room in the house. So listen, your girl is warm. I am very warm. And when I overheat, I get migraines. And when I get migraines, bitch. Okay, so I'm just trying to keep that at bay. So I'm going to try and bring you something, but it's now gonna be everything, okay? Festival season is coming, I understand that. So my plan was to do like a really fun, bright, colourful festival eye and then show you some tips and tricks of how to keep your whole face in makeup on all day, because obviously you're gonna be outside for a long time. It's gonna be hot, you're gonna be dancing a lot, you're gonna be sweaty. So you don't want your makeup sliding around, you don't want to be looking like a hot, greasy mess. But that being said, right now I am just too warm to be putting on a full face, okay? It's really not about to happen. So my plan is to just film like one eye. Because, you know, obviously the eye is the focal point, the eyes are the window to the soul. That's the most important part. That's all you really came for, let's be honest. So I'm going to show you the eye look that I had in mind. I have done this look before, so I have better pictures of it with the full face, so I can insert them or just show you them at some point, and then you'll know that actually it's not going to look ridiculous because it will look good once you have the rest of your face on. I'm just going to do the one eye, and I'm going to talk you through as I go instead of doing it how I normally do it, because I know right now I'm really not in the mood to be filming this, so future voiceover me is just going to be like, yeah, no, that's not happening. Before I ramble anymore and really talk myself out of doing this video in general. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love making these videos, I really do. I want to be here, but like my body's like, do you really want to be here? So before I, you know, change my mind and decide, let me just go to bed before this migraine sets in, let's just get started. So I'm starting by priming my one eye. And normally I would set my primer with powder, but I've been seeing a lot lately that people have been kind of not setting their eyeshadow primer, and it's kind of helping colourful looks pop a little bit more because the eyeshadow has something to stick to, and I've been doing that lately and it's really, really working. I don't generally do it with concealer because I do have quite oily eyelids and concealer tends to crease on me, but when I'm just using an eyeshadow primer alone, like this one, not setting it works really well. The pigment really sticks, and I also find that it's not creasing on me, so that's my first tip. So since this is festival, we're going there with colour. We are going straight in with green. It's happening. This is from H&M. This shade is Stayin Olive, I believe. I can't actually read my own handwriting, but we're just gonna go just right in with that. Right in that crease. Let me just pretend like I can actually see because I just took my glasses off, but it's okay. We're going to do a cut crease look, and the great thing about that is that when you're applying your crease shadows, it can be as messy as you like because it's going to cover up most of it with concealer anyway. So this is just our first transition shade. I'm taking it all the way down into my inner corner, and then I'm doing, once I get to the outer edge of my eye, I'm sort of dipping it down and then winging it out. To be honest, green is not the easiest colour to work with, so just make sure you always have a clean blending brush on hand, so whenever you think things are getting a little bit crazy, you could just go in, blend it out, and then if you blend away too much of the pigment, you can just go back in and add a bit more. Just layer it up slowly. This is the next shade we're going to go in with in the crease. This is Clover Club from Suva Beauty. I have used this in a video before. This is not even one of my favourite colours, just in general, one of my favourite eyeshadows. I mean, look! Pigment. That should be illegal. That should not be allowed. If you are a bit newer to this and you have this eyeshadow, I would recommend that you don't go in so heavy-handed like I just did. So right now I'm just kind of patting it in that winged out crease shape just to make sure that the pigment is there, so then we can go and blend it out after. The next shade I'm going to take in the crease just to deepen it and add a little bit more definition is this green shade. This is from the Sleek Ultra Matte version 2 palette. Okay, she just shot on me. Alright, she has a life of her own. So I'm just going to dip in a little bit because these are really quite pigmented. And I'm going to put my eyelid down and sort of place my brush in my crease and then open my eye to sort of trap the brush in there. And that's going to make sure that that brush and that shade stays directly in the crease and it doesn't travel up too high. So now I'm going to go back in with a tiny bit of that previous green shade, just sort of over the top of it, just because I think I went a bit too ham with that darker green. I didn't want to lose the main green. Now I have a tiny bit of concealer on the back of my hand. I'm going to use this tiny little I think it's actually an eyeliner brush. Use that to cut my crease. This shade is actually even lighter than the shade that I would normally use to like highlight my under eye. It's just that because when you're putting concealer on top of bright colours sort of like green, it can mix together and make it look a little bit dull. So I'm going in with a lighter shade to kind of try and combat that. So I'm going to start right near the inner corner and sort of map out where my crease is. And the sort of almond shaped edge of this brush is going to help you get a more sort of rounded edge here. It's going to be a best friend, essentially. So open my eyes. You can sort of see the crease line when my eyes still open because I'm going above my natural crease. So that's what I want to keep, so you can still see the whole eye look when your eyes are open. So now I have that line down in the right place. I've got a bit too much on my brush. I'm going to continue it, following the shape, natural shape of my eye and crease, but just above it. Just keep checking that it's in the right place. Yes, I can still see that. And then in the same shape that the eyeshadow has been, bring it down a little bit and sort of drag it out. I always mess this bit up. See, I think I dragged it down too far. See how it sort of makes my eye look droopy? I don't really like that shape, so I'm going to try and fix that. Almost sort of actually straight out, pretty much. That I like a little bit better. We're getting somewhere, we're getting somewhere. But as you can see what I'm saying, as I'm putting the concealer on my lid, it's like mixing and making the concealer look a little bit blue. I'm not worried about that too much right now. I'm going to get my shape right and then I'm going to concentrate on spreading the concealer evenly so it's a right shape. Colour even. But you got it. I've got the shape out here, sort of how I want it, and then going to extend this concealer down to really open up my inner corner. Okay, so I have taken a tiny bit of concealer under my eye just so that this bottom edge sort of blended in more with the outer edge of the cut crease and you sort of had a better idea of how it would look. Obviously, I know this looks terrible, okay? I wouldn't actually go out like this, but it's for effect, okay? So now, to try and combat some of this greenness, I'm going to set the lid with more of a skin tone coloured eyeshadow. I'm going to use, if you would like to get in frame, this shade down here from the Too Faced Power of Makeup palette. I say a skin tone shade, which is really ironic because the shade that I'm about to use is actually supposed to be a bronzer, but that's beside the point. I'm actually going to mix it a little bit with this lighter shade Painkiller up there to still get a little bit of that highlighty effect. And I'm just going to press it in with a sponge to gently set it. Now, if you are actually planning to wear this look out to a festival or somewhere where it needs to be on for a long period of time, I would actually recommend setting that concealer not with an eyeshadow but with your actual face powder because it has better staying power than the eyeshadow, and which means it will last longer without it starting to crease on you. You can then obviously, to adjust the colour, go back in with an eyeshadow, but if you really want it to stay in place, use face powder. We're actually not going to be smoking out this lower lash line part just because I think for this look it might look a little bit cool, but we still want the eye itself to be really defined even with all of this negative space. So I've just lined both my waterlines with black, and now I'm just going to take a black liquid liner. This is the one from NYX. I'm just going to draw a very thin line across my top lash line. I'm not going to wing it out or anything. This is mainly for my lash band to sit on so it blends in with my natural eye, but also it's just going to give the eye a little bit more definition. So now for the fun part, we're going to add a little bit of graphic liner. We're going to use one of my favorite products. This is also from Suva Beauty, like that green eyeshadow. This is the Hydra Effects Hydra Liner in the color Fanny Pack. Great name. And this is actually UV. So it glows in the dark, which will look so cool when you're at a festival. And the great thing I love about these eyeliners is that they're water activated. So it comes in the little pot like this. Touch it. I mean, this one is still a little bit damp because I've used it previously. But basically all you have to do is just spray a little bit of water in it and it sort of activates it. And then you just mix it around. If it would like to mix on me. Conditions right now in my bedroom are not ideal because it's very warm, so nothing really wants to work. But basically it's activated now, and you can use it as eyeliner, you can use it for graphic liner, dots, like full on body paint. And the great thing is that because it's water activated, you control the consistency of it. So if you want it to be thinner, easier to slide on, you add more water. If you want it to be more opaque, you add less. I'm gonna trace this cut crease line just to define it a little bit. Adds a little different touch. See, look how opaque that is and so bright. That does not scream festival. Okay, let me stop talking now. Actually concentrate. So next we're going to do a little bit of dot work. Generally when I'm doing dots, I actually like to use dotting tools like this. These are actually for your nails, but I find them really useful, especially when you're doing larger dots. Just kind of keeps them all the same shape, all the same size, and it's so easy. You just boop, 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 dots, and these are so cheap. You just get them in like multi-packs on eBay for like nothing. But for small dots like this, you can just use the tip of the same brush that we've just been using. It will work just as well. So I'm going to start in the inner part of my crease. Get the position, that's going to be my middle dot. And then just do some more on each side. That one's a bit wonky, but it's okay. We'll pretend it's not. Yes, I like that. And now because we don't have a black wing liner, how you may normally have in a cut crease such as this, I'm sort of going to do one with just dots to meet up with the edge of that. And then I'm going to bring that line down under my lower lash line. And come on, another one. And here comes our good old friend mascara to ruin the day. So just while I wait for my lash glue to get a little bit tacky, I was just thinking about other things that you could do with the Suva paints. You could actually apply them to your lashes. So I have a pair here. I don't know if you can really see it because it's kind of faded, but they have a little bit of this UV paint sort of just added to the tips. I'm not going to actually apply these because this has about 3 or so different colors on it and it'll clash with this eye look, so I'm just going to put plain ones on. But even though you can't really see it now in natural daylight, once you then get into UV light, this is really going to glow and it's going to look so cool. And I imagine if you maybe even added a little bit of glitter to the tips as well, that would look. So that is your eye done. Fairly simple festival look, very monochromatic. Of course, if you wanted to take it further, you could go in with different colors. Those Hydra liners come in so many different colors and they all look amazing. You can mix them together, do different colored dots, different colored lines, whatever you wanted to do. You could, of course, always add glitter because what is a festival without glitter? For the lip, depending on how adventurous you're feeling, you could keep it very nude, maybe just a gloss because it's easier. But I'm thinking a green lip might look quite cool, so let's give that a shot. So I'm going to start with a liner. This is actually an eyeliner, but that's beside the point. Pencil is a pencil. They are multi-use. This also looks kind of blue. We're just gonna roll with the punches. Now I'm gonna go in with this liquid lipstick. This is from Nip and Fab. This is the shade Cool Mint. I would say when you're doing quite dark and bold lips, it's more important to line your lips than if you were doing a nude lip, so that you can really get those lines. Because with the nude lip, if you kind of are a little bit messier, because it's like the same color as your lip, no one's really going to notice. But like if my lip line was all the way down here in this color, a little bit obvious. Now of course you could leave that there. This lip does look stunning enough, but I think I'm going to take a little bit of a gloss. This is the NYX Chromatic Shimmer lip gloss. This is in the shade Lucid. Generally what people tend to do with like a matte lip and then a gloss on top is sort of put the gloss in the center and then blend it out. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go a little bit more extra because why not? So I'm just going to take, so the applicator on this is quite flat, which I like. And it has like a green, it looks sort of white, but it has like a green shift. And I'm going to stretch my lips like this and find where the center is. And just go right down the middle. Like that. What do we think? Obviously, because it's a gloss, it's probably not going to be as long wearing as you would like. So if you have maybe a green shimmery liquid liner, that might work a bit better. That might be a bit more long wearing. Or if you just wanted to go in straight with this gloss, if you wanted that green effect on the lip, but you didn't want to go through all of that. I mean, you have options. There's always options. So yeah, that is it for this video. Wow, do I look insane right now. But you know what? I'm kind of living for it. Anyway, that is the end of this video. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial, learning about this look and, you know, feeling my struggle, because this is just one of those days where everything's not going my way. But I'm still proud of this look. I'm still living for it. Ooh. Ooh, you seeing that little? Yeah, that's sweat. That is not highlighter. That is just pure sweat and oil. But anyway, I don't know what I was about to say next. I'm a complete mess, so I'm just gonna end the video there. If you did enjoy this video and enjoyed me being a mess, then please like it and subscribe to my channel, because I'm sure there will be a lot more of me being a mess on here in future. And comment down below if you did enjoy seeing me be a mess, and share this video with your friends, because I know everybody likes watching people be a mess. And don't forget to subscribe. I said that right? Yes. See what I mean? I'm just you know what? Bye. Just bye.